Hi everyone. Good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue here for today's Cricut Chat. We're going to be talking about Thanksgiving. Whoops, let me share this. Hold on. Okay, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving because it's not too early, is it? It's not too early to start Thanksgiving crafting. We're going to be starting Christmas crafting soon, so I think that it's okay to talk about Thanksgiving. Boy, Thanksgiving is sort of the most unappreciated holidays. I had a friend once who told me that Thanksgiving was her favorite holiday simply because she didn't have to really do anything. All she had to do was cook a dinner, and she didn't have to buy presents and decorate and things like that. But I love Thanksgiving. I've grown to appreciate it. I didn't used to like it too much. But one of the things that I really like doing is doing some cute little table decorations and just preparing for it. I know a lot of emphasis is placed on Halloween, but it seems by the time we get to Halloween, people are like, okay, let's do Christmas, and they skip right over Thanksgiving. So I thought I would show you a couple of techniques that I hope will be useful for Thanksgiving and beyond Thanksgiving. Okay, so it's a little technique, right? Not gifts, just friends and family, right? Okay, so I've got some people that are with me on that. All right, so I know I promised a Thanksgiving card this morning, and I started off with a Thanksgiving card, and I do have plenty of them, but I started looking at these images that are in Cricut Design Space, and they are part of Access. So I wanted to show you something that I found useful with these images. So this is a really great image of a turkey, a shape of a turkey, with all of these, I don't know what this is called, like a collage or a composite, but it has like a pumpkin, it has a pie, it has carrots and mushrooms, apples. I guess these are cranberries, and even a pea pod and all of this stuff. And it makes up the shape of a turkey. Now, originally came in this format. Let me move this guy. So it came in this format, which I appreciate, but it looked too dark to me, and I started playing with it thinking this would be a perfect thing to cut out in vinyl and then to put it in a shadow box, like put it on the glass and then put in the background some, soothing or some pretty Thanksgiving colored. But I don't want all of this being vinyl. So I wanted to reverse the image. And I did that here. And I think, it's sort of one of those 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You either sort of like this or you don't. You might want to go with this original, and maybe you didn't even know this original one exists, and it does. So first, let us go into where I found these images, and then I'm going to explain how to do it in reverse. And if I have time, I will also show you how to put it on the glass of a shadow box, okay? So let's go. I'm going to save this. I'm going to start over, get myself a new canvas. Okay, so let's go to new. And I'm going to go to the image search engine. And I have found going through to image sets is the most useful way to go for these. So this image, the turkey image, is part of a grouping of images called One Cut. They're one cut, so they're just one pass through your machine. And so there's a lot of it's a quick result, okay? So, and actually there are 2 sets of images called One Cut gallery art. That's what it's called. One cut gallery art. This one down here, which is the holiday theme, and this one here, which is hobby theme. Now, for all of us Cricuteers, I want to point out that there is actually this beautiful heart-shaped Cricuteer one. It even has the little Cricut cutie in there with the scissors and no machine though, which is kind of weird. But it has the scissors and all of the different, the Cricut C and everything else. So you could do this particular image reverse the way that I'm showing you with the Thanksgiving turkey, or if you have another hobby that you like knitting or gardening, sewing, painting, playing a sport, or crocheting, there you go. But we're going to go to this one here called Holiday One Cut Gallery Art, and this one has images for most all of the holidays. I tried to sort of see if I could find all the holidays here. And so there's a couple for Halloween. 1, 2, 3 for Halloween. There's one for Easter. I've actually done this Easter one in this reverse method. It was so cute. There's some Christmas ones and some winter, Valentine's, spring, summer, back to school. But this is the one that we're going to be working on. This is the turkey, which I think is probably the best one of all. And so we're going to be working on that one. I'm going to grab it and go back to my canvas. So here is the image, which, you know, if you want to cut it out that way, you can. This is what, let me get a background piece so you can see how it looks. I mean, it really does look good. I did cut it out in paper for this particular one. It does look good, but this is what it looks like reversed. So we're going to go this to this, and we're going to do it in vinyl. You see that? So we're going to do it in vinyl, and it's really easy to do this. It does involve slicing. Okay, so what is slicing? Slicing is like if you took a couple of things and laid them on top of each other, made like a layered image on top of each other, and then you sort of punched all the way through. That's slicing. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and that's how you would reverse the image. Now, technically, when you cut this out, if you cut it out in paper, or if you cut it, I mean, you don't need to reverse is what I'm saying, but I like to look at it that way. So if you were to cut this out anyway, this way, and you just took off the outside, then you get your image. But for me, for my visual mind, I need to slice it to look at just the inverted image. Okay, so you might be saying, well, why bother slicing? But for me, for my visual mind, this is what I do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a shape, a square shape. And I do that by pulling it up from over here, and square comes in square. Now, our image is 10 inches square. So we need to make our shape a little bit less than the tan. I'm sorry, this is tan. We have to make it a little bit less than that 10. And that's because we don't want this outside part to come through. So I made, this is 10, so I made this 9.5, okay? And you see how I am putting it over, and it's not coming over the edges, but I'm just laying it on top of the image that we're going to slice, and make sure that all the little pieces are covered, okay? So just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both pieces like that, and I'm going to choose slice. Slice is down here on the bottom, the leftmost one, slice. So I'm going to choose slice, just do that. And what you'll notice is the image comes through on your screen. So what it has done is it has sort of like a cookie cutter, like Sarah said. It's like a cookie cutter. It's cut through. So we have a couple of things that we have to deal with here. First of all, we don't need this. This is the frame that wasn't part of the slice. This is our original, right? And this is just like a copy of the original. We can get rid of that. And then here what we're left with is this is our original and this is the reverse image. So you see what I'm saying? Like you could cut this out in just this way, but for me it looks so much different in the reverse that I find it useful to do it this way. Okay. But you know, the other thing too is if you were to cut this whole thing off is what I'm saying. It's like if you cut it in paper, you could remove the outside edge and then go and choose and you could put like transfer paper on the mat, what's left of the mat, if you did this in paper, okay? And then you could do it this way. So anyway, this is the tool. It's super easy. I'm going to show you how to do it again, just so that it's not confusing to you, okay? So go to images, find something. Let's choose something different this time. Let's choose this one, this holiday wreath. And there's the holiday wreaths, right? And we're going to go to shapes, add a square. Now this holiday wreath is 10 inches, so my square is going to be, I'm going to say 9.5 inches, right? So it covers the entire piece of cutout there, the entire thing. You don't have to worry about it like being centered. You just have to worry that it's covering everything without going over, okay? And then select both, choose slice, and then peel away what you have. So here is, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of, well, we can hold on to this so you can see it. So there is what we're doing. We're taking an image like this and we're making it inverted or reversed. Okay, so just so that you can understand, this is the process that you're going to be using. Now, I think I did cut this out in paper and it works fine as paper, but I think it looks best as vinyl. I don't know. It's just some projects seem better with different materials. So I cut this out in vinyl and I'm going to show you, it's really nothing to sort of show you about cutting, but I did cut one out and I didn't weed it. So I want to show you how I weeded it. And then I want to show you how it can be put into a shadow box. So I do have a shadow box here. I'm going to move you. But see, it's a very simple technique and it yields some really interesting results. So I want for you to understand and appreciate it and know that you can sort of reverse your images in this way. And it really does open up things for you, you know? All right, so I'm going to move you. It is super easy, Lori. Don't you worry. It is really not that hard. Okay, so here's my mat that I cut out. I don't know if you can see. I cut out in vinyl. I left it on the mat. You don't have to leave it on the mat, but a lot of you like to weed on the mat, so I want to show you. Now, there are some pieces like right here that are already lifting. We got to be careful about that because we want for those pieces to appear. And so what I'm going to do is, now I used most of the vinyl on this, so I don't have to worry about, this is only just a little strip. I suppose if I was not doing demonstration, I would probably cut here and save this. But I'm kind of, you know, doing a live demo. So I'm just grabbing the edge and I'm starting to peel. Now I want you to notice that you have to be careful of that there are some very small pieces that might lift, and that's okay. All right, so we're just using our finger and sort of pushing down on those small pieces. And by the way, if you don't get them off, that's okay too, because it really is just a small little rounding out part. So I'm just going to go over to here and I'm going to start peeling away. And look how simple and easy this is. right? And you're starting to see your turkey head, at least the turkey head. And what's great about this is that there's not a lot of weeding that you have to do. It's just a matter of taking off that particular image, the outside edge of the vinyl, you know. So here I am peeling it away. And I might have to go back with my weeding tool, and that's okay. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to go back with my weeding tool just ever so gently and look for places where the vinyl disc did not come off. And that is, let's see, there's a little piece right here. See that? And let me just make sure. Oh, right down here where the legs are. And that is it. I am done weeding this. Isn't that it's so easy to weed this? And then what you would do, depending on your box, and this one here is a lot smaller than this, so I'm going to show you on the smaller cutout, but you would put transfer tape on here and then you would transfer the image. So let me show you what I'm doing over here. Okay, so there's our paper cutout. And here is the vinyl cutout that I did, and I actually made it to size for this. And I'm sorry about the lighting. It's a little bit bad because I'm on my sun porch, and it is sunny. So I do apologize for that. Okay, so here's my shadow box. And it comes, I got this at Michael's, and they were actually having a sale not too long ago, and I purchased a lot of them because I want to show you how to also do the shadow boxes that everybody's so wild about. We're going to be doing that coming up too. But this is what a shadow box consists of. It's got, this is the frame. And here is the glass, and this is a spacer. So it allows you to basically put the, okay, here we go. You put the glass in this way. This is the back. You put the spacer in, and then this is the very most back, you see, because it has this, and you would put it in like this. I'm having a little bit of a hard time because I didn't make it exactly, so it does have to be the exact size. So there we go. I hope that works. Now, then what you do, put that in, and see these little prongs, you're just going to push the prongs around all the way around, okay? But I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you on the glass. But that is what it looks like. And so we're going to put this on the glass like this. Now you could do it two ways. You could leave it like this, which I suppose I could do that, you know, and just leave it like this and put it on this way. But I might have a little problem with maneuvering on there. I don't know. So let's see what we can do. It does definitely fit on the glass. It's a little tiny bit big on the top, but that's okay. Probably should have made it just ever so slightly less. All right, well, let's try it while it's together and see what happens. Okay, so here's our weeded piece, and here's my transfer tape. And I'm just going to take it off of the backing. Now, remember, when you're doing transferring on transfer tape, you kind of have to either start from the middle and have the middle be there and work out, or if you're very careful, you can start from the one edge like this, right? And then push it down all the way across. But I actually had a little bit of a problem here, see? This part here didn't get the transfer tape, and that's kind of a shame. Now, I'm not going to waste that transfer tape because we just don't waste things here. So I'm just going to take this little bit of this edge and I'm going to replace it over here. And as long as I sort of get overlapping, which sort of not, but okay. So as long as I overlap, I don't have to waste my tape. Remember, it doesn't matter that you cut it because you're going to get rid of the transfer tape at the end, all right? So here's our image. on the transfer tape. I actually am going to, because I want to be super cautious that I do this correctly, so I'm taking actually a little square of transfer tape and put it over here. So it's just sort of a, and it's okay, you can do this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but what you do want to do is try to make it as flat as possible, okay? Flat as possible, and use whatever you have. I use my scraper, and then I turn over and I start to peel. Notice that when I peel, I do kind of do it at an angle, just so that I don't want things to sort of stick to the back. But in some cases, when they do, I can do it, and I do it very slowly, holding my breath a little tiny bit. And but if it got stuck onto the backing of the vinyl, then I can just easily roll it back and do the rest and do it correctly. So there you go. Oops. And there is 2 little dots that didn't quite make it. I'm just going to switch this around and put those little dots back. There we go. Okay. Now my hand stuck to it. Okay, so there we go. So there it is on your transfer tape. It's very sticky. Going to take your shadow box like this, and we are going to place it. And again, I'm going to work from the bottom here because that's where I was having a little tiny bit of, it's not really fitting too well. So whoop. Okay, so I'm going to kind of work from the bottom. I want it to be as close to the bottom as possible. Holding my breath. All right, I think this is going to work. So I push this down. I'm not pushing it all the way down, just simply because I want to make sure. If I have to pull it up, then I will. Okay, so I'm using my fingers to sort of lay it. I don't want the transfer tape to attach. I wanted to attach the vinyl to the glass. Now we're working with glass, so be careful. And I am going to roll it off the glass, and my vinyl is sticking to the glass. Isn't that great? You may have to do that thing where you have to sort of roll it a little tiny bit in the places where you've got little small pieces that might want to lift. But here we go. I'm rolling it off. It's coming along pretty well, I think. Now the foot, I guess they're called feet, chicken feet. Yeah, so it would be a turkey feet. I do see a little error that I'm going to show you how to fix. All right. And by the way, if you don't scrunch up your transfer tape, you can reuse it. But in this case, because it's such a big piece, I'm just going to waste it. But you can reuse it. I reuse it all the time. Okay. And I've got a little bit piece here, so boop, boop. Stay on there. There we go. This does happen. Just go and push with whatever. All right. Whoop. All right, almost done. Whew. Okay, getting there. That's me using those little pieces of transfer tape, right? But I was not going to waste all that transfer tape. All right. Come on, Rita. And I'm doing this live, folks, so sometimes when people demonstrate stuff, they record it so they can take out all their mistakes, but not me. I want to show you the whole thing. Okay, so here is a little problem. See that foot? It's got a little bit of a I don't know what you'd call it, like a lift or a loop, or I don't know what you would call it. But what I'm going to do is I am going to lift up the vinyl ever so gently because you don't want it to rip. All right. And I'm going to take out that blip. Let's call it a blip. All right. And there we go. Now it's gone. Now there might be a few little bumps in your transfer tape. Part of that is it's just like a little bit of air. You can try to push them out, but after a while, I'd wait until after you let it sit for a little while, because sometimes it just needs to sort of attach to the glass. Or if you have to, and you have a really, really big one, you can pierce it and let the air out and push it down. But there is, I'm sorry about the glare, but there is our really adorable and so easy, guys. I mean, you could do, as someone just suggested, you could do a bunch. You think you should do the outside? Okay. You could do a lot of ones for the Christmas ones. If you're looking for a little art instead of like a decoration that you would take off the wall, this could be something. You could do the, ones for one place in your house, maybe the front, the front door area, maybe not the front door, but that's how you would have like, and I love the fact that it's sort of floating. I don't know if the lighting is gonna show that off. So again, this is super simple. You can do this, okay? This is not difficult. I did not make it look easy. This is something you can do. All you're gonna need is a shadow box, some vinyl, a little bit of transfer tape, and then for whatever you want to put on the inside, I just used paper. Embossed paper there. So, and again, just to kind of review with you, these images can be found when you do a search in the image search by going to images, and I like to go to image sets. I type in the word 1. It brings up the one cut gallery. Oh, I just want to go back. Okay, hold on. Image sets. Clear this out. Image sets. Sometimes it doesn't clear out. Okay, there we go. Type in the word 1. Scroll down. Here's your 2 different sets of images. All right, and then you just pull in one of those images. This one we did the turkey, but let's do this one. Move these guys out of the way so we can see. So here it is. I'm adding a shape, a square, and we're going to change the size to, what did it say? 9.5? 9.5. All right. Put it over your image. Group or grab both of them together. Choose slice. Then peel away. Now, just a quick word about slice. Slice can only happen if you have simple images. And what I mean by simple images is that you can't have a layered image. So this works because the image is one flat image. It doesn't have different colors. It doesn't have scoring. It doesn't have anything special about the image. So if you want to slice an image that is multiple layers, it's a little bit different technique where you have to ungroup or unattach those layers and do them individually. So this is done with a very simple image and no scoring at all. Okay? All right, so that is it for today's Cricut Chat. Tomorrow we'll be back with, let's see, we're going to be doing a Halloween card that my friend Lori Jo did, and she had a little problem with. It's from Rob and Bob, and we're going to show you. It's Rob and Bob's one of my favorites, so we're going to find this in the image sets, and if you want to start working on or cut it ahead of time, you can do that. It is going to be, let's see, we'll go to the image set and just show you. Type in Rob, and you will find the Rob and Bob, and we're going to be looking at the Rob and Bob Best Of, which is, where is it? I always pass it. The Best of Rob and Bob, and we're going to be doing this one here, okay, which is, you can't really see, it's sort of small, but it's like a skeleton in front of a Halloween haunted house. It's a really cute card, and we're going to be working on that tomorrow. So if you want to cut it ahead of time or follow along with me tomorrow, we're going to be doing that. And then I also for the rest of the week, we have a lot of Thanksgiving and Halloween stuff. So this is the one that we're going to be working on. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you for sharing and telling your friends. I wanted to just shout out to Nancy, who at Joanne's yesterday told a brand new Cricketeer about my channel. That's how I can reach the most people, and that's all my goal is, to reach the most people about how you can have fun. You can do this with your Cricut, and even if you say you're not creative, you're not crafty, a Cricut is, everyone can use a Cricut. So thank you so much for sharing me. If you're watching this on the replay, you can catch me live here on Facebook every day at 9 o'clock. Facebook, Miss Rita to the Rescue, 9 o'clock Eastern. And then Saturday at 7 o'clock, where we have our Cricut Date Night. And also all the replays are available on YouTube about an hour after the video. So thanks everybody for coming today. You have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you, Sammy. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.